Welcome back. Chris Wondolowski and the Earthquakes hosted Charles Reed Joseph and the Revolution. But first, Kansas City was hoping for a momentum shift against the Seattle Sounders. Qwest Field was electric when Portland came to town, but the Sounders settled for a draw. Sigi Schmid's side were determined to get all 3 points as Sporting entered the Emerald City. Injuries still dominated the storylines in Seattle, with Brad Evans and Eric Freeberg still not 100%. Depth has been considered a strong point for the Sounders heading into the season, and it continued to be tested for Sigi Schmid's side against Kansas City. Sporting, on the other hand, was on the mend. The extended early season road trip had taken its toll on Peter Vermes' side, but the return of Omar Bravo to the starting 11 was a welcomed addition. But it was defense that was costing KC games, and their coach looked for his team to rebound from a troubling performance in LA a week prior. Arlo White had the commentary from Qwest Field.
Sporting Kansas City with Bunbury, Bravo, Kamara, Smith and Arnaud in their ranks. They've come to attack tonight, and we are underway here at Qwest Field. That wasn't too good from Harrington. Collins still up there, gets a flick on, that's dangerous. Ryan Smith is in here, Smith, good save, Keller. Ball still there, Bravo, Keller again. There's Smith, natural left footer on his wrong foot, looked to side foot it to the far post. Keller down well, so licensed to thrill down the flanks tonight for James Riley. That's a good long ball forward towards Levesque, nicely cushioned down for Fernandez. Fernandez, runner on the far post, chips into the area, Rosales with the header, it's just over the bar. It wasn't a convincing punch by Nielsen on the last one. Here comes Tyson Wall again. Right-handed punch this time, still in there, hooked into the penalty area, Fernandez, this could be there, no, what a good punch that was by Jimmy Nielsen, edge of the area. Shot came in by Levesque, it's deflected over the bar by Kai Kamara, corner kick. Let's take a look, that was a good delivery from Tyson Wall, right-handed punch by Nielsen, hooked back in by Jeff Park towards the far post, Fernandez trying to get in there, I think he took one in the face, didn't he? Tyson Wall with it, curls it in, here we go, header comes in, it's in! A late winning goal, once again for the Seattle Sounders, and it's Jeff Park! His first MLS goal since June the 12th, 2004. Are you kidding me? Lightning strikes twice. What a header. Jimmy Nielsen is starting to hate Qwest Field. Zusi will take it. Right-footed towards the back post. Header comes in. Casey Keller gathers it. Roars from the Qwest Field crowd. The referee has the whistle in his mouth. And it's all over. He's blown for full time. All smiles at Qwest Field. Remarkable how it's happened again against a team from Kansas City. A stoppage time winner. This time from Jeff Park.
San Jose finally got a win at home in a decisive 3-0 victory over Columbus. They hope to make it 2 in a row when an erratic New England side entered Buckshaw Stadium. With last year's Golden Boot winner Chris Wondolowski heating up, the Earthquake attack was finally firing on all cylinders. The Quakes would be without defender Brandon McDonald after his red card appeal was denied. Ike Opara would return to the backline to fill McDonald's shoes. New England was also coming off of a win, a 1-0 result over the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Revs, however, were still trying to find their form, as Steve Nichols hadn't settled on a consistent lineup. But that changed against San Jose, when the head coach was able to run out the same 11 that was victorious a week ago. Would a steady side be just what the doctor ordered against a resurgent San Jose attack? Jim Cosimer and John Schrader cover the match from Buckshaw Stadium.
Yada Reyes, 13 career MLS matches prior to this, and we are underway at Buckshaw Stadium, campus of Santa Clara University, and right from the start, that one gets away from the Quakes. Convey tries to play across the field. Jurgensen, that's a lovely touch to Lenhart. Lenhart on the edge of the area. Jurgensen shot is steered away. Or he could just strike it in the nets. Stevenson. Wow, he gave everyone a throw at that one.
Say, okay, Beckham's going to have goal of the week. I'll do a Beckham thing here, huh? Leach makes a big play there. His life is about to take a big turn. Wife's having twins soon.
Right foot sent it through.
He knew the attention would go to Lenhart, and Ellis McLaughlin gets his first Major League Soccer goal, and finally this game has a personality.
Ellis McLaughlin to the middle, Wando. Has space, left foot strike.
Who knows exactly where he is and knows where everybody else is. He just turns and pounces.
61 career clean sheets. He will not have one tonight. His team trails 1-0. Copy sends it far. Goal! Whoa, Bobby Copy!
Everybody in the stadium watches it, and Reese says, please, I hope that's outside of the post. And he puts it inside the tee, and what a brilliant goal. And there you go. There's your 2-goal advantage.
He's talking about areas of the field, too. Delivery and a goal. The Revolution has scored.
And these guys aren't going to go away.
Is Swinger. Joseph couldn't climb the ladder to get it. Nianasi with speed. And there it is.
After 2 minutes of stoppage time, he blows the whistle.
3-minute stoppage time, it's a win for the San Jose Quakes.
Next, on the MLS Review Show, Columbus looked to be the first team to take points from Cheld-Wen Field. Catch up on all the relevant soccer stories around the world each weekday morning with The Kickoff, compiled by fan favorite Simon Board. Whether it's a story about the latest European superstar linked to an MLS team, a controversial quote from a head coach, or a game preview with an interesting slant, you'll find it in The Kickoff. With as many as 20 links within the article, you can learn all you need to in the world of soccer with just one stop each morning. Welcome back to the MLS Review Show. Salt Lake traveled to Dallas in hopes of finally getting a win at Pizza Hut Park. But first, Portland looked to defend their impenetrable home field. Portland returned home from a successful trip to their Northwest rival, only to meet a Columbus side looking to bounce back from a 3-0 drubbing. The shellacking served notice to Robert Warziha's men that for all their defensive accolades, perhaps there were chinks in the armor. Most glaring was the play of rookie Rich Balchin. The fill-in left back was directly responsible for missed marking on the first 2 goals. Warziha stuck with his man, however, showing he had faith that the youngster could help shut down the potent Portland attack. The Timbers, on the other hand, had a perfect 4-0 record at home, even disposing of heavyweights like Real Salt Lake and Philadelphia. But with so much emphasis on last week's rivalry match with the Sounders, could this be a trap game for Portland? Strikers Jorge Perlaza and Kenny Cooper, along with team captain Jack Jewsbury, look to answer that question with an emphatic no in front of the home fans. John Strong and Robbie Earl brought you the action from a rowdy Cheld-Wen Field.
And we are underway after a little bit of hesitation. Portland Timbers in their first choice green shirts, the white shorts, the green socks, and Columbus in yellow from head to toe. He's got Robbie Rogers inside of him, doesn't see him though. Get away from Hall, footy then goes to ground. Got to be very careful there. Timbers survive it.
Certainly contact though from footy. Watch the back foot here. There's the contact. A bit fortunate there to get away with that one.
A couple of places around the world. Goes in a quick cross in, a diving header, and it's a brilliant stop by Troy Perkins.
What a save this is, because he's had very little to do, Perkins. He's been almost a bystander in the game, and when Hanneman makes a header, I think this is headed for the bottom corner.
Taken quickly, in from Alisson, and it's Eric Bruner against his former team.
Now look, again it's Alisson and Dewsbury, the architect. How many times have we seen them play the ball quickly? And look who he falls to, the man against his former team, Eric Bruner. Is there a happier man in this stadium?
Kenny Cooper now. Oh, that's going to fall, a kind deflection for Perlaza. All the way through, Alisson. And that didn't miss by a whole lot. Header away there by Rodney Wallace. Dilladuca though keeps it in play. Quick turn and shoot! It's off the outside of the post.
It's the first time we've seen Rodgers in this kind of position, but he gets in that little pocket of space just around the 18-yard box, and with that very good left foot of his, he strikes it and it goes past Perkins.
Seconds left here at the referee's discretion. Really as well to get that away. is in. 5 wins out of 5 games here at Gentleman Field. And the Portland Timbers now stand alone with the 1996 LA Galaxy. It's the only 2 teams in MLS history, and the first to be a true expansion team to have started with 5 wins out of their first 5 home games of the season. Robbie Earl, the magical ride continues.
Sunday's doubleheader began with Dallas hosting a Real Salt Lake squad that had been in a self-described funk ever since the Champions League finals. But coach Jason Kreis thought a trip to Dallas was just what the doctor ordered. Since RSL had never won in Pizza Hut Park, Kreis said there was no pressure. But for a team still searching for a creative replacement for injured Javier Morales, a solution couldn't come soon enough. The coach went with Andy Williams in the attacking midfield over last week's choice of Colin Warner. Dallas was finally finding the form that led them to a record 19-game unbeaten streak last season. Having leapfrogged RSL in the standings just a week before, the club from Frisco was looking to prove they deserved their spot. Shellis Hindman's side had done well since the injury to MVP David Pereira. Breck Shea, firmly back in the midfield, had shaken off his early season jitters. And Fabian Castillo was not only scoring goals, but setting them up as well. Could Dallas continue their hot streak against Salt Lake? Bobby Ryan and Steve Jolly had the call from Pizza Hut Park.
As we're underway here at Pizza Hut Park. Williams again. Square ball, it's in front. And now cleared by Shea, but kept in by Will Johnson. A strike from Johnson. Parried away by Kevin Hartman.
Johnson strikes through, lands on his foot. Not a lot of movement, but you can see Hartman. No risk. Let's just punch this ball outside the 18-yard box.
Width created by Winger. Johnson is free. Sidesteps Jackson. The service at Johnson for Sabarillo. Alvaro Sabarillo was judged offside by the near side linesman.
Little cut in from Will Johnson. He's trying to get his spacing, trying to get at the right spot. And Sabo, second time he's found the back of the net in 2 weeks in a row. Second time he's in an offside position.
Chavez looking to create. Pulls it back for George John. Left-footed toe, big save from Nick Raimondo.
They talk about players getting better with age. Nick Raimondo, 31 years of age. Look at this, just palming that ball out of the top left corner.
This is Andrew Jacobson, certainly capable of striking from distance. Borchers holds him up, it's Alexander.
He elected to use the inside of his foot. More of anything, place it, keep it on frame. And for Nick Raimondo, that's just making sure that doesn't hit the crossbar. Rather give up the corner kick as opposed to seeing that thing ding the crossbar come right back out.
That's approaching 400 minutes. And much like we saw on the 1st of May, here in the 83rd minute to be specific, almost the exact same time in which play was suspended between FC Dallas and the LA Galaxy, the center official David Gansar suspending play. Reserve role tonight will look to shake this one off. Kyle Beckerman prepared for a service. Ball whipped in on Hartman. And a bobble from Kevin Hartman, who concedes a corner kick now.
Keep an eye on the Beckerman. He's going for the near post. He saw that Kevin Hartman was cheating right there. But, I mean, let's be fair. On both sides tonight, that's the 7th time we've seen a ball go inside the 6-yard box.
Well, the center official, David Gansar, has whistled the end of full time.
Coming up on the MLS Review Show, the defending champs welcome back a key figure in their attack against Toronto FC. MLSsoccer.com is home to the best original soccer content on the web. This includes regular weekly features like John Bolster's Monday postgame, kicking off each week, reviewing the events from the previous one. On Tuesday, the MLS Power Rankings come out, illustrating the current position of each team in the opinion of the editorial staff. Postcard from Europe features a Q&A with American playing abroad every Wednesday. Peer into the mind of MLS Soccer's Jonah Friedman every Thursday with The Throw-In. Finally, Fridays bring the Armchair Analyst, where Matthew Doyle breaks down a statistical or tactical trend in the world of MLS or the U.S. national team. All of this and much more, including all the breaking news and updates, every week on MLSsoccer.com. Welcome back. Before we get to a rundown of the standings, the Reds came to Colorado with a chip on their shoulder. Toronto were pleased with their away draw to Vancouver in the Neutralite Canadian Championship, although their league play could only be described as subpar. But with the diminutive Joao Plata proving a mystery to backlines across the league, Aaron Vinter's side hoped to take down the defending champs. With Alan Gordon still sidelined with an injury, Javier Martina took his place up top with Plata. Colorado has had one of the most potent attacks, but their wings have been clipped by constant injury. While Omar Cummings and Caleb Folon were still not fit for the match, the Rapids welcomed back Connor Casey to the starting lineup. And while Colorado has had an impressive attack, it was the improved defense that led to their first MLS Cup last year, and they would need their organized back line to step up against a hungry Toronto. Mike Haynes and Marcelo Balboa were on hand at Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Looking at a few different players like Plata playing on the left-hand side.
Down the sideline, Plata. He's got Martina. And Zulsma comes up as well. Nice pass in front, came through. Here's a chance. Zulsma. Oh, wow! What a block by Pickens.
Great Bondrowski gets that ball across. He leaves it to Zulsma right there. You can see him, look at him reaching for that ball and slipping. Pickens does a fantastic job.
Yassi just come in, number 23 for the Rapids. Couldn't hold on to the ball. Into the box. Oh, and blocked by Pickens.
But you can see Pickens save him right there. Good low shot by Eckersley.
Jarofsky. Oh boy, look out. Here comes Jarofsky into the box. Whoa, off the crossbar.
Martina plays a nice ball. Jarofsky comes in here. Watch the shot across. Look at Pickett. He just gets a hand on that. Just enough of a hand to get that cross. Look at that.
Cross. Bounce over. Fry. The deep. That's it. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Matt Pickens made some spectacular save. Maybe that hand save on Jarofsky might have been the best one.
I think so. You look at that shot. He just touches it enough to hit the crossbar and go over. So yeah, he definitely had a great game.
2 weeks ago, the Eastern standings looked to have a clear pecking order. But all that has changed as the Union have overtaken New York, and New England is now tied for fourth. With the top 5 teams only separated by 3 points, the East is wide open. One thing is for sure, the opening of Livestrong Park can't come soon enough for struggling Sporting Kansas City. Out west, LA has proven that their long standing at the top wasn't a fluke of scheduling. But there's a pack lining up to strike if the Galaxy slip up. Dallas, Seattle, Salt Lake, and Portland are all poised to make a move. Things might be looking better for San Jose, but their slow start has left them with a hard hill to climb. This week in the Golden Boot race, Landon Donovan stayed on top, though his Galaxy teammates have been lifting the goal-scoring burden. Injuries to Charlie Davies and Thierry Henry left their totals unchanged. Chris Wondolowski added an assist to his stats, but didn't find the back of the net on his own. Next week, there are 2 nationally televised games. At 5:30 p.m. Eastern, Vancouver hosts the Red Bulls. Can the expansion Whitecaps pull an upset? Tune into TSN in Canada to find out. Then the Galaxy look to keep their stranglehold on the top when they cross the country to take on the Revolution. You'll find that game at 8 p.m. on Galavision. Several Wednesday night games lead off the week as New York takes on the defending champs. Seattle hosts a hot Dallas side, and LA faces off against the Dynamo. Then on Saturday, the Texas Derby kicks off as Houston hosts Dallas and Colorado hosts the road-weary Sporting. And on Sunday, Portland hopes to continue their perfect home form against DC United. That's all for Week 10 of the MLS Review Show. Thanks for joining us, and remember to visit MLSsoccer.com for full coverage of all the news in Major League Soccer.